Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book Vermeers Fate. Who is Vermeer? This name may not be familiar to many. But hearing the name Girl with a Pearl Earring, you will surely recall that beautiful painting. That's right, Vermeer was the artist who created that famous painting. A 17th century Dutch genre painter, Johannes Vermeer specialized in scenes of civic life. His paintings are extremely rich in detail with finely designed composition, providing extraordinary representation of interior light and space. Unfortunately, Vermeer's fate was like that of another famous Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh. Though he was a talented artist, he wasn't well recognized and lived a poor life. In 1675, Vermeer died from an illness and under financial pressure at the age of 43. After that, his name was forgotten by the Dutch art world until in the 1850s, a French art critic called Théophile Touré-Bourget rediscovered his work. Touré-Bourget spent years searching for his paintings and eventually publicized a catalogue of Vermeer's work. This book Vermeers Fate interprets several of Vermeer's paintings from an unusual perspective. It doesn't talk much about Vermeer's life and career. Neither does it want to comment on Vermeer's Fates nor interpret the paintings from an art critic's point of view. What the author really wants to talk about is indicated in the subtitle of this book, The 17th Century and the Dawn of the Global World. Through the analysis of details in the paintings, the author brings us into the world behind those paintings, instructing us to see the vast history of global trade implied in them. He likens objects in the paintings such as hats, porcelain, gold, and silver to doors. Through these doors, we can think globally and discover the history hidden behind numerous objects. This book was written by Timothy Brook. He received his Ph.D. in History and East Asian Languages at Harvard University, and is currently a professor in the Department of History at the University of British Columbia and a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada. As a historian of extraordinary storytelling skills, Brook has focused on the study of China. His research interests include the social and cultural history of the Ming dynasty in China, the modern history of China, and global history. He is also the editor-in-chief of the History of Imperial China, Harvard University Press. He has written many books, including The Confusions of Pleasure, Commerce and Culture in Ming China. Brook came across Vermeer's paintings after an accident. One day, he was pedaling in the countryside of Delft, Netherlands when he fell in the mud. He asked help from a nearby household and was allowed to stay for the night. The next day when he was ready to leave, the homeowner gave Brook some postcards of local tourist attractions and suggested that he visit them. Unexpectedly, this visit bonded Brook with the city of Delft where Vermeer lived out his life, and subsequently inspired his writing of this history book Vermeers Fate. Next, let's hear the stories behind the doors by examining these 7 paintings: Girl with a Pearl Earring, View of Delft, Officer, and Laughing Girl, Young Woman Reading a Letter at an Open Window, The Geographer, Woman Holding a Balance, and The Card Players. Part 1, Girl with a Pearl Earring. There are 35 Vermeer paintings that still survive, among which The Girl with a Pearl Earring is the most famous. Created around 1665, this painting is nicknamed the Mona Lisa of the North. It represents the epitome of Dutch art and is one of the most popular paintings in the history of art. The girl in the painting is set up against a totally black background, making her image appear like a soft warm light in the dark night. Another feature of the painting is a striking teardrop-shaped pearl earring on the left ear of the girl, which is half hidden in the shade. Among all Vermeer's existent paintings, 8 of them depict women wearing pearl earrings. And on these pearls he paints faint shapes and outlines hinting at the contours of the rooms they inhabit. The one in The Girl with a Pearl Earring is undoubtedly the most remarkable. It is so large that it may not be a real pearl at all, but a glass teardrop varnish to give it a pearly sheen. Her collar, her turban, the window that illuminates her off to the left, and indistinctly the room where she sits are all reflected on the pearl.